The second part I want to share with you around my founding story of Fresh FP&A is specifically around the vision. So I kind of talked a little bit about this earlier, and one of the most things that I think ties to the vision and being part of the Black is Tech founder stories that they shared was every founder kind of talked about what their North Star was. And for me, going back, I figured out my North Star probably, I would say, 10 years before starting Fresh FP&A. And I take it back to that moment. I was at a software company. I was leading the finance organization, more of a manager of finance, and I reported to the CFO. And we did this exercise as a team where we worked through like figuring out our why and our purpose statements. And what I realized back then carried over and can still consistent today. That North Star that I figured out was I want to be able to use my skills, passions, talents, and experiences to help others realize and achieve greatness. So I remember going back and crafting this out and looking at YouTube videos. And when I wrote this down 10 years ago, I remember looking at this and I was like, this is it. This is going to be, I think, not only at that stage of my career, but for the future of my life, this is going to be my North Star. Now, fast forward to building Fresh FP&A. That is literally the vision and the founding statement and the why and the purpose of everything that we do. That is a question I ask every person that comes on board to work at Fresh FP&A. That's a question that I ask every client it comes on for Fresh FP&A. That's a question I ask every partner, everybody associated with Fresh FP&A. If that is not your North Star, if you don't want to use your skills, passions, talents, and experiences to help others realize and achieve greatness, that's the focus. That's where we're all focused on. I've actually, and this is me being transparent, I've actually turned down clients and opportunities and great partners because they were not aligned to that vision that we have at Fresh FP&A. And that's how focused and that's how committed I am in leading the business. And in my founder story, that is the vision for us. Like that's everything. And the purpose of the vision and that why or that purpose or whatever name you want to fill in for that, right? During the times when it's good, like you're focused on that. You're like, man, but it's also a great place when times have been bad. And let me tell you, in almost 3 years of building Fresh FP&A, and I probably speak for all CEOs, founders, everybody looking at this that's an entrepreneur, we have all found ourselves in that ways where we hit that trench, where we're kind of low on ourselves. We doubt our abilities. We doubt our impact. We doubt if we're doing enough. We doubt if we should continue to build this business. And when I found myself in those moments, anchoring back to that North Star, that why, that purpose, that mission, that vision, that has been something that has definitely carried me throughout and continue to build Fresh FP&A, continue to build value. And then the focus on the SMB side. After spending my career, I've had the opportunity to work in publicly traded companies all the way down to SMB, smaller companies. And when we got that focus and we got really the vision of where we wanted to provide value, I knew it was around the SMB space. And then I had a great mentor to me and says, Chris, SMB means 1,000 things to a lot of different people. You got to be clear and concise. Like when you say SMBs, what does that mean? And I was battling early on and I'm just transparent with everybody. I was battling early on in building the business because I was like, I don't want to niche down too fast. Like I was like, if I niche down too fast, I'm going to be alienating people. And this took me some time to really get and I forget who told me this, and I think I seen it somewhere, but it was like the riches are in the niches. And I was like, that's finally it took me 3 years to realize that. And when I got to define SMBs, I was looking at our portfolio of clients that we've worked with. And I was looking at the value that we provide and also looking at like a stage of businesses, right? And typically when you reach that 60, $70 million revenue target as a business, or maybe you're private equity backed, or maybe you brought in VC capital, that is really like that cutoff frame of what SMB means to us. So SMB, small to medium sized businesses, that's $1 to $70 million that we want to focus on. And then getting even more specific, we wanted to work with growing businesses. Again, when I look at myself, And I look at my team of other fractionals that are part of Fresh FP&A. That's our model. We work with growing businesses. We want to work with organizations that are looking to access the capital. They're looking to grow. They're looking to expand product lines. They're looking to grow in different markets. They may be thinking about acquiring different businesses. They're going to have a different investing and capital requirements that gonna need to grow their business. So I was like, I definitely want to work with growing SMB businesses. And for me, that was the focus.